Hey everybody, back for another message, lesson, I don't know, talk on the channel. Hey, today I want to talk about buckets and people. I like to tell stories anytime I give a message, whether it's in church or on this channel. And this one, most of the time they're all true. This one's more of a parable. But I hope it makes sense to you. If not, that's on me. The story goes that there was a man who had a garden to water. So he filled his bucket at the well and he walked with his bucket. He did this for days upon days upon days. But he was frustrated because his bucket leaked, had cracks in it, had holes in it. And every time he got to the garden, he didn't have a lot of water left in it. So he had to make a lot of trips. Now I realize, since this is a parable, you'd say, get a new bucket. I get it. But there's a lesson in that. Because as he complained and as he worried and as he thought about this crazy bucket that he had, he walked the path back to the well and he took a good look around and he noticed something. He noticed that everything in that path, everything along the path that he walked every day with that bucket that leaked, everything where he was green. And most of the other stuff away from his path was not. Why was it green? Because he had a leaky bucket. Because he was actually watering the things as he was trying to make it to his destination. So, cool bucket story, right? What's that have to do with you and what's that have to do with me? We all have leaky buckets. Yeah, that's why we don't change the bucket out. We may think we want a new bucket, but we have leaky buckets. You've been hurt. I've been hurt. We've done some hurting ourselves. We've poked a hole in somebody else's bucket or kicked it around enough that it leaks a little at the seams. We've dropped them. We've done a lot of things to what we carry in life. You and I, we all have. So our buckets leak. Sure they do. But you see, in that story, the leaky bucket, it was a good thing. Because even though we're looking to the destination, even though we have a garden out there that we want to get to, what's your garden? I don't know. I can tell you about a few gardens I've had in my life. Many years ago, my high school sweetheart and I, well, we stayed together through the college years. And our garden was marriage. We got there, but along the way, there was stuff leaking out of our buckets. What was it? Who'd we water? Because we still were living life. And our goal was from that first home to this cabin that we live in today. Our buckets were still leaking though. We were still spreading something around in our lives. But we had a garden and we got the cabin, so we made the garden. But then we wanted children, and the Lord blessed us with a son. But our buckets were leaking. We were watering something. You get the idea. Our next garden was another child, and the Lord blessed us with another son. The next goal was another child, and the Lord blessed us with a daughter. You get the idea. We had gardens all along. Maybe it's a new job, right? We have things that we're looking to in the future, but why, while we go through life and we look for those things, while we're going back and forth to make it to the next goal, something is leaking out of us. Do we bother to turn around and see what has gone on around us? That we've nourished something along the way. What was that? Do we see that? Or do we only focus on the garden and sometimes we just get angry? Because our buckets leak. Really. Now, I didn't tell that story to these guys. I mentor this local college baseball team. But I told them this, and I'll adapt it to your world too. For them, I always, at the beginning of the season, I line them up down the left field line. We get out of the dugout, I line them up, they all stand on the left field line outside the infield, all the way to the fence, the warning track. And then I ask them a series of questions, and I have them close their eyes so that nobody knows else what's going on. They're all 6 feet apart or so. And I say things like, take a step forward if you ever had a really great baseball coach. You know, and I don't even watch them. My eyes are covered too. I don't want to know. Take a step forward if you loved playing high school baseball. Take a step forward if you have a girlfriend right now. Take a step backward for every bad girlfriend you had, right? Those kind of things, okay? So I ask them a dozen of those questions, different things. So some of them have gone forward, some of them have gone backwards. We have both, right? And then when I'm done asking questions, I tell them to open their eyes and look around. They're all spread out and they're all at different places. And I say, hey, I want you to keep that in mind this entire baseball season. You're already all starting off in a different place, all of you. Every one of you starting off in a different place. Just keep that in mind. So to you, I would say you need to go through your day-to-day. If you walk down a street, imagine the people in your life lined up on a curb, maybe. Whatever it is, at work, lined up down the hallway. Whatever, you know your world. If you all lined up down there, but you have to include the people you don't even know. There are going to be some strangers in your life, each and every day. They're in mine as well. And we have to realize that if we ask the same questions to all of us, we'd all get different answers. Now, this isn't something about accepting people in your office that are toxic because, well, they just had a bad childhood. No, it's not about that, because we all have accountability for how we act, regardless of what's happened to us. But it is about realizing that you carry a bucket, and so do they. And because of where we end up, we're all in a different place. But along the way, when your bucket leaks out, you're watering something. You're nourishing something. How are we doing on that? And have you paused long enough to turn around and see that even though your goal was your next garden, you did some really good things along the way? Do you see that? That's my encouragement for you today. Take a look at that. Because I'll tell you, the middle of my day today, I'm going to go from doing this to, I'm presiding over a funeral this afternoon. That's my garden today. I'm shooting for that. But I'm going to probably be in contact with at least a half a dozen or maybe a dozen people or more, customers and things before then. My bucket's going to be leaking out on them. I hope I notice that, and I hope I do well. How about you? Now, I know this channel and these messages are usually for my grandchildren, and they'd have to be quite a bit older to understand this one, but that's okay. That's okay. Because this channel is about pops. That's what the kids have started calling me, so we'll take that. I only have one grandchild right now, and he's pretty small. But this message is to you, too. As you can see, sun's coming up over my shoulder there, so I need to scoot. But I hope you found a blessing out of this today. My life's changing a lot. I'm going to quit doing this and start doing more of these kind of things. And I don't know what's going to happen. But my goal right now, if I have one, seems incredibly small in the big picture, but it's my next garden. I'd like to have 100 followers. I think I have 73. That's pretty small. I don't know why. Because you need a garden and you need a goal. So if these things mean anything to you, follow, share. If not, I'm going to put more of them out there anyway, hopefully on a more regular basis. I already have some ready to go, so enough from me. Thank you for listening. If you stayed to the end, I appreciate you. I really do. So grab your bucket. It's going to leak, but don't stop walking because that just gets your shoes wet. Keep moving and pay attention to the things that you have nourished around you. And we'll share more down the road. All right? Thanks, guys. This is Todd. See ya.